The Price of Greed. A Tale of Two Sons, One Deep Night. A husband suddenly embraced his wife, who was sleeping next to him. "Wife," he murmured, "I have wronged you." His wife woke up with a start, confused. "What are you saying? Are you dreaming?" The husband shook his head. "I'm not dreaming. There's something I need to talk to you about, but I've been afraid to speak of it for fear you'd be angry. Today, I truly cannot hold it in anymore." "What is so serious that you fear my anger?" she asked. "Promise me you won't be mad," he insisted. She nodded. He continued, "Look, we've been married for 10 years and still have no children. Our life is prosperous, and we have plenty of money. But what good is wealth without an heir? I want to marry another wife to bear me a son. Please do not object." The wife jolted upright, sitting in silence for a long time. Finally, she spoke. "I understand your thoughts. After all these years without giving you a child, I feel guilt in my heart. Make your own decision." Relieved, the husband soon drifted back to sleep. The wife, however, stayed awake all night. Just before dawn, she heard the sound of horse hooves echoing from the gate, followed by an urgent knocking. The couple quickly got up. When they opened the door, they found neither horse nor person, only a large bundle placed right on their doorstep. A baby's cry came from inside. The wife quickly opened the bundle and lifted the baby. A piece of paper fell out, detailing the child's identity. It was a boy, abandoned by others, only 2 months old. The couple was overjoyed. The wife exclaimed, "Heaven has been merciful. It has granted us this child. We must raise him well." The husband, equally happy, agreed. "Then we shall name him Ensi, for he is a gift from the heavens." With the baby's arrival, the husband abandoned his plan to marry another wife. Unexpectedly, 6 months later, the wife truly became pregnant, and a few months after that, she gave birth to another boy, whom they named Doense Onzawa. The 2 boys grew up healthy and obedient. When Insi and Ins were 5 or 6 years old, the husband began to harbor resentment. "I was always destined to have a son. Now that the 2 boys are growing up together, I will have to divide the family wealth. Won't my blood son suffer a loss?" Consumed by this selfish thought, he discussed with his wife, bringing Insi far away and abandoning him. The wife hesitated but ultimately agreed. The next day, he led Ensi deep into the forest. Waiting for the boy to be distracted, he quietly turned back home. From now on, he thought, all the prosperity belongs only to Ens. But before noon, a woodcutter led Ensi back to the house. "I saw the boy wandering lost," the woodcutter explained. "I asked around until I found his home." Ashamed, the couple thanked the man, pretending they had been searching all day for their son. The matter quieted down, but a year later, Ensi grew faster, taller than Ens by a head. The couple's envy flared up again. They feared their adopted son would bully their blood son in the future, so they resolved to get rid of Ensi for good. That night, the husband tossed and turned until he devised a perfect, undetectable plan. "I have a way," he told his wife. "No one will ever find out." She asked if he was sure, and he nodded confidently. The next morning, the husband wrote a letter and gave it to Ensi, along with a few steamed buns. "Take this letter to Uncle Isi in the next village. Hand it to him personally." "All right." On his way, Ensi met his younger brother Ensplaying. Seeing the buns, Ian said, "Brother, let me have some." Ensi smiled. "Father asked me to deliver this letter. How about you help me deliver the letter, and I'll give you the buns?" Ennis happily agreed, grabbed the letter and the buns, and ran straight to Lisi's house. Lisi received the letter. He opened it and frowned. It read, "Brother Lee, upon receiving this letter, immediately take this child to the riverbank behind the mountain. I will give you 100 taels of silver. Just throw him into the river. Do it immediately." Lisi, stunned, burned the letter. With a heavy heart, he took Ens to the mountain. Mistakenly believing this was the child he was meant to harm, he kicked the boy, sending him tumbling into the river. Meanwhile, Ensi waited for his brother, but returned home alone when Ensi didn't come back. The parents were horrified when they saw Ensi. "Did you deliver the letter Tadamunda?" "Ens wanted the bonds," Ensi replied. "So I asked him to deliver the letter for me." Earring. D's. The couple's faces turned ash. They rushed to Lisi's house. "Where is my son?" they asked frantically. "Lisi answered, according to your letter, I have completed the task." The two collapsed onto the ground, utterly numb. Their own wicked hearts had caused the death of their blood son. That night, in their dreams, two underworld officials appeared. "You two have committed too much evil," Tay declared. "You must come with us to the underworld court." Before they could react, the couple was chained and dragged before the king of hell. Yama. Trembling, they knelt before Yama, bowing their heads repeatedly. After hearing the full account, Yama was furious. "You are a couple with hearts of stone. Ensi was a gift from heaven because of your barrenness. Instead of being grateful, you plotted to harm him. Your hearts are colder than granite." He then opened the book of life and death and deducted 10 years from each of their lifespans. "If you ever harbor evil intentions again, do not dream of reincarnation." The order was given, and the demons dragged him back to the world of the living. Waking up in their bed, they heard laughter outside. It was Enza and Ensi playing together. It turned out that Lisi could not bear to harm the child. After the boy fell into the river, he immediately jumped in and rescued him, hiding him at his own home, fearing the couple would commit another evil deed. The husband and wife wept as they hugged each other, then knelt before their ancestral altar, tears and snot flowing freely. From that day forward, they never differentiated between their adopted and blood son, living in harmony and love. Ensi and Ens grew up to be filial and hardworking, caring for their parents until they were over 80 years old. The villagers all agreed people must maintain a kind heart. If they err and correct themselves, heaven will grant them another chance. There are divine beings watching every move. A person must live according to their conscience. A final word from the narrator. If this powerful story of karma, repentance, and the true meaning of family resonated with you, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. Your support helps me bring more meaningful tales and lessons to life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.